Have you ever heard of Universe 25? It was a pretty famous experiment in the 1960s where ethologist John Calhoun put 8 mice in an enclosed utopia where every need was met. Things went well for the first few generations of those mice. Population peaked at 2,200 mice. But after that peak, things went downhill. Full feeders were being left untouched in favor of crowded ones. Newborns were getting neglected by mothers. Males started fighting each other for no reason. The last generations of that population stopped caring about reproduction. So the population died out. The easy takeaway from this experiment is that comfort and abundance lead to ruin. I don't think that's entirely wrong, but I think it's important to grasp why that is. It's so easy to say that if everything is accessible and plentiful, that we get lazy and rot in our comfort. But I think that perspective is dismissive. That perspective has a lot of focus on environment, and environment isn't always something we can control. I think the main effect of prolonged comfort is that roles disappear. Purpose vanishes. Why do I need to get out of bed if a tube is going to feed me a perfectly cooked steak? Why do I need a job if I'm going to get money handed to me in regular intervals? Why do I need to drive if I have services available that bring everything I need directly to me? Having lived in Japan for a while now, I've been hearing a particular Japanese concept being thrown around by English-speaking people. It's called Ikigai. Ikigai is the concept of having purpose in your life, the reason you get out of bed in the morning. That's a very direct and simple way of saying it, but that's the essence of it. I actually don't agree with most explanations of it because it revolves around the idea of happiness most of the time. I think the pursuit of happiness is a bit of a hamster wheel, but I'm not going to get into that today because, in a way, happiness is kind of a purpose in and of itself. And do you know what else has purpose? A role. And every role has a purpose. Maybe your role is to be the one who discovers what true happiness is. And then your role will morph into being the one who spreads that knowledge. I wanted to talk about roles instead of purpose today because at this moment I think purpose is a bit too restrictive of a term. I think purpose implies direction, and I think it should be something that should just kind of appear in your life. I feel like it would appear in a flash of inspiration while you were doing grocery shopping in aisle 5 of your local supermarket. I also feel like purpose has a bit of an isolated connotation, like it's completely removed from where one is in life. For me, the word role feels like there's more of a potential to connect with the world around you. Now, while the word role does have a social implication, it doesn't have to be the focus of it. There's nothing stopping you from making a role for yourself. Your role can be your own caregiver, your own therapist, your own friend. And then you can extend that role to whoever you want. Your role can then be someone's guide, someone else's friend. Just make sure you have boundaries if you choose to connect with someone though. I think everybody can find a role for themselves. And I think if everybody can find a role that suits them, there would be a lot less discord and restlessness and chaos in the world today. That's all I've got for today. Thanks for listening.